I am Kate Wells, and I attended Ursuline Academy in Cincinnati, Ohio, and our mascot is Go Lions. I am a 4-H educator that work with kids just to figure out what they're excited about and help them chase that. My favorite part of my job is that every day is totally different. So some days I get to work with animals, some days I get to work with kids, some days I get to work with adults, some days I get to do graphic design on my computer. When I was a young person, I had some challenges, and there were some really neat adults in my life that inspired me to keep trying and persevere and to try new things. And those role models made a huge difference in who I am, and I wanted to go on and be one of those when I grew up. I use science, technology, and math all the time in my job. One of the number one ways I do that is to look at the enrollment numbers that we have and figure out where do we really want more projects to be coming from, or what parts of the county do we need to get more projects. We look at trying new things all the time, so we use the scientific method of trying out a new system or ways of doing things and then problem solving that as we go along and then making changes and doing it again. So we use that scientific method every day in my job. For example, how we do tag-ins, or how we're going to do quality assurance, how we're going to register different projects, all that stuff we're using. We also talk about genetics when we talk about our animals. And when we're talking about genetics, we study animals' birth weights, and we've got to be able to look at our statistics on that, right? Different types of math formulas that we use to figure out which animals are growing at different rates and which animals are growing at different rates based on different types of feed that we use, right? And you're learning that in your projects too. So STEM is used all the time in the 4-H educator's career. I think that kids would want to be a 4-H educator because you get to do different things every day, work with a ton of people, get out from behind a desk at least half the time, and you're constantly getting to try new things and be creative and set new things that you want to check out and then get to go explore them. So it's constantly like outdoor exploration, and then you get to come back and teach other people what you've learned out in the field. And that's one of the best parts of my job. My favorite class in high school of all classes was with Mr. Neiman, and he was our physics teacher. Not only were my best friends in that class, but we always got to set up hands-on experiments with erector sets or Bunsen beakers or different things that got to have big reactions, and then we'd get to talk about what was happening there. We'd get to break down this cause happened and then this effect happened, and we got to expand that not just to what's happening on the science table, but how it impacted both physical and science things that were happening in life, but also we talked about cause and effect that were going on in our own lives. And I think that class was my favorite because it mastered concepts in cool ways, but then it also related to real life. And sometimes I think those are the best teachers and the best classes.